Hey guys, Kieran here again, and today's lesson is an acoustic tutorial for the song I'm Low on Gas and I Need a Jacket. So this tutorial is based off the Hot Topic version on YouTube. So to play this song you won't need a capo, but you'll need to tune your guitar a half step down. So each string is tuned a note down effectively. I've got my capo on the 3rd fret, just because my guitar is tuned a whole step down. So I need it on the 3rd to make it sound like it's in half step down tuning. But you guys, tune your guitar half step down and it'll sound exactly like this. This song uses, I've made up 4 strumming patterns, 4 to 5 strumming patterns. So for the purposes of time, I'm just going to call it strum pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And they'll all be in the description along with the chords as well, just for the purposes of time, because there's quite a bit to get through. So first off, there's a little intro, and this uses strum pattern 1, which is just downstrums, and plays an A minor to a G, to a C, G, F. So when I say it's 2 times on this A minor, 1 time through would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 times round would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the A minor, you play that drum pattern 2 times round. On the G, it's 2 times round. On the C, it's 1 time round. On the G, 1 time round. And on the F, 2 times round. And you play that whole progression twice. And on the last F, you hit that, hit it once and then stop, ready to go into the verse. So the intro will sound like this. And then you go into the verse. Okay, so moving into the verse now. The first bit is exactly the same as the intro, and then you change it slightly for the second time round. So the first bit is A minor, G, C, G, F, which is the same as the intro. And then you go to A minor for 2, G for 2, C for 2, and F for 2. So those 2 together, you play that whole progression twice round. So the first and the 3rd time round is exactly the same as the intro chord wise, and then the 2nd and 4th time round you change it up to that slight variation. And then on the last F of that verse, you just give it 1 hit, ready to go into the verse. And the strumming for this verse is strum pattern 2, so it's palm mutes, but it's all down palm mutes. And on the 3rd, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 3, you just do a strum instead of a palm mute. So, for example, sound like this. So you see how on the 3rd I'm just taking off a palm mute and just doing a strum. So on this A minor, where it's for 2 times round, you'll do 2 strums on both those 3s, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when it's just 1 time round, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you change to the next chord. So I'll just play that verse now, just so you can get a sense of what that sounds like. As I choke, try to wash it down with something strong. Dry, but the taste of blood remains. Cold, empty mattresses and falling stars. My sorry, you do some strums instead of just the one hit. I made a little mistake there. So you just build up on that F, and then you're into the chorus. So the chorus, you change the strum pattern to strum pattern 3, and this chorus is sort of split into two sections strum wise. So you got the first bit, which is strum pattern 3, and then the second bit, which uses strum pattern 1, so just downstrums. So the first bit you use C to E7. So if you know an E major, just take off the third finger, so the finger on the second fret of the third string, and you play that again, and here's this F. So I'll just play the chorus, and then I'll just recap on where you change the chords and where the strum pattern comes in. So the chorus should sound like this. So keep it happiness and torture me while let's go inside. A million hurts around, a million ways to die. Time is cold outside. So when you're on this C to E7, the first C to E7, you do a whole strum pattern for those two chords together. So you play half the strum pattern on the C, half on the E7, and then you do that again, half strum pattern on the C, half on the E7. So when I say half the strum pattern, when I put strum pattern 3 in the description, I'll put a slash, and that's where you change to the next chord. So the first half will be on the C, get to the slash, change the E7, play strum pattern again, first half on the C, get to the slash, change to E7. So that's 2 times round on the C to E7, and then we get to the F, you change the strum pattern 1, and it's just downs. So in the verses where you're on that A minor, you play that for 2 times round. And so when you get to the F in the chorus, you play it for 4 times round. So it's double the length of the chords in the verse. And so C to E7, C to E7, then F. That progression goes around twice for the chorus. And then you get to a little interlude section, which is the same chords as the intro, but you only play the progression 1 time through. And that's just using strum pattern 1, so just downstrums for that. So I'll just play the chorus again quickly, do the little interlude, and then we'll get into verse 2. So keep it happiness and torture me while let's go inside. A million hurts around, a million ways to die. Darling, it's cold outside. On that interlude, actually, on that last F, you can do a. So I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's 8, and then 1 down hit at the end. I'll just go over that when I put all the chords in the description. I'll write that in there. I think it's 7 down hits. 7, so it's 6 down and ups, and then 1 down hit. But you just do it really quickly, so should sound like that. So going into verse 2. So this is broken down just like the verse into 4 little bits. So the first time you use the same chords as the intro, so A minor, G, C, G, F. So that's the first time around in the progression, and use single strums for that. So just then the second time you go to that A minor, G, C, F. So just like the verses, the second and fourth time round. And then when you get to the third time round in verse 2, you don't go back to the intro chords like you would in verse 1. You stay on that that second like alternative chord progression. You stay on that A minor, G, C, F, and for the fourth time round you stay on that as well, so it's A, G, C, F. So for verse 2 you've got A minor, G, C, G, F for the first bit of the progression, and then it's 3 times round A minor, G, C, F. So for the first 2 bits of that progression, you're just doing single strums, and then when you get to the third time around that progression, you go into a palm muting section, so strum pattern 2. And then when you get to the fourth time around the progression, you go back to single strums. But I'll just play that verse 2 now, just so you can get a sense of what it sounds like. No more ice to see the sun. You slide into bed while I get drunk. No conversation with the gun mean more than I've ever said to anyone. And then you get into the next chorus. So there's just a few little bits here and there in that verse 2. So on the third time that progression, on that F, on the third time round, you just do a single strum. And then on the fourth time round of that progression, when you get to the C, you can do some down and up strums, and then when you get to that F, you can just do a single strum, ready to go into the next chorus. So the next chorus is exactly the same as the previous chorus, except for the very end, where you add on a new chord. So this chord is an F minor. So there's a few ways you can play this F minor. So you can obviously play it the bar chord version, which will be just bar on the first fret, and then third finger on the third fret of the fifth string, and then pinky on the third fret of the fourth string. So that's the first way. The second way, so when you're on this F, what you can do is take off your second string and then bar the highest 3 strings on the first fret, and then just mute that lowest string, and that'll be an F minor as well. And the third way to do this is take off, so when you're on this F, take off your second string, and that's it. Just play the chord, and that'll give a sense of the F minor. So I'll just play that chorus now, just so you can listen to where the F minor comes in. But what you're playing is just 4 hits on the F minor, but I'll go through it now. So keeping happiness and torture me while I let's go in style. A million hooks around, a million ways to die. Let's go outside, it'll be alright. But last tonight. So on that F minor, it's just and then you go to the bridge. So the bridge, it uses C, so A minor 7. So if you know an A minor, just take off your third finger and then play the rest of the chord. Then you enter F, is F minor again, and like I say, you can use the alternative versions if you want. And then the second time round is C to E7 to F to F minor, and then the third time round is C to E7 to F to F minor, and that's the whole bridge there. So the first time round of this progression, you just do single strums, and then when you get to the second and third time round, you use strum pattern 4, and for each chord, you're using the whole of the strum pattern. So I'll just play the bridge now, and I'll just do a slight recap on it. But last night, you said you ended up in Palm Springs dancing on tables, almost fought some at the club, got kicked out of your hotel and lost your shoes. Well, what am I supposed to be impressed? Just another set of bones to lay to rest. Hope you'll be alright, hope you have a really good time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then from that, you go into the chorus. So just to recap, the first bit of that chord progression is C to A minor 7 to F minor, and that's single strums. And then the next bit of the chord progression is C to E7 to F minor, and that bit of the chord progression you do 2 times round. So overall, it's only 3 times round for the bridge. But like I say, all the chords, all the strum patterns will be in the description, just in case you miss anything here. So going into the last chorus, it's exactly the same as the previous chorus. There's just a few rhythm changes which happen, but I'll play the last chorus now, and then I'll just go over it. So keeping happiness and torture me while I let's go inside. A million hooks around, a million ways to die. Let's go outside. It'll be alright. But last night, you said you ended up in Palm Springs dancing on tables. So it's exactly the same as the previous chorus, like chord wise, but the second time around that progression, when you get to the C and E7 bits, when you're on the C you do down up, and then when you get to the E7 just do one hit and let it ring. Next C7, next C, down up, E7, let it ring, and then when you get to the F again, you do the down strums, and then when you get to the F minor, this time you do the down strums as well. You don't let that F minor ring like you did in the previous chorus. And then after that F minor, you do a little thing on this C, so it's down, 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 down. So it's down, 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 then let it ring. And then you can do a little up strum if you want, or a down strum. And then the very last bit is sixth string, no, first string, second string, third string, and you're on this C shape. And then when you get to the fourth string, add your pinky on. So it's, and then the next bit is take off your pinky finger and your second finger, and then you can strum the lowest 3 or lowest 4, and then when you do that, hammer back on with your second finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So altogether it sounds like this. And that's the very last bit. So I'll go through that chorus one last time, just so you can piece it all together. So keeping happiness and torture me while it's inside. A million hooks around, a million ways to die. Let's go outside. It'll be alright. But last night you said you ended up in palm strings dancing on tables. So I think that's everything there. Like I say, all the strumming patterns will be in the description, as long as the chords. And where the chords are in the description, in brackets I'll put the strumming pattern next to it so you can link the two together. So yeah, I think I've covered everything there. If there's any questions about this tutorial, feel free to put them in the comment section. I'll answer them straight away. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We're doing some more videos like this in the future, from bands like Pierce the Veil, A Day to Remember, Sleeping with Sirens, Bring Me the Horizon, bands like that. So yeah, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date, and until next time, peace out.